If you're wondering when the right time is to harvest your garlic, I will show you exactly when you need to pull it so it doesn't get too mushy in the ground, but those cloves also have enough time to finish growing. I'm Claire with the North Florida Garden Project. My garden is in Jacksonville, Florida, and I'm here to help your garden thrive even in the southern heat. I absolutely love garlic. I love to grow garlic. I love to cook garlic. I love to pickle garlic. It's probably the Italian in me, but I absolutely love it. It's also one of the very first crops that I grew that made me feel like I could really be a successful gardener down here in the South. If you want to make sure you know exactly when to plant your garlic this next fall so you can have a beautiful harvest as well, then download my free soil temperature guide in the description below. It shows you the right soil temperature for a variety of vegetable, herbs, and flowers, and it will also tell you which of those need to be directly sowed or should be started from transplants. So this garden bed has been growing since October. I always plant near Halloween, and then it has to be harvested before the 4th of July, where my beds are typically ready earlier than that, so anywhere from end of March now all the way until the mid of May is when I typically harvest. I wanted to point out two different signs that you can see to tell that your garlic is ready to be pulled. The first one of that is that your plants might get a little bit wobbly here. So this is a soft neck variety of garlic. We don't grow hardnecks down here in the South. Hardneck varieties need that cold frost in the winter in order to do well, where the softnecks do not. I get my garlic from a local grocery store around here that only supplies from local farmers. I'll get that in the fall, and then I will crush it up right before I plant it to get individual cloves, plant them about 2 inches deep, and let them do their thing. They like to be fed consistently throughout the season, and they also like to be watered consistently throughout the season. Give them a good thing of mulch, or let your trees mulch your beds for you in the fall, and they really do thrive. They're super easy. So I've noticed some of my garlics are starting to get a little bit wobbly here, and I know that it's not due to a lack of watering, so that's telling me that this guy is about ready. You'll notice the smaller cloves that you plant make smaller stems and then smaller heads and are typically ready to be harvested earlier. So you can look at the stems here. You can see this stem is a little bit smaller, but this guy next to it is definitely larger. So since this guy is wobbly and I can tell down by the soil that the neck of it is starting to bend, I'll go ahead and harvest this one today. You can feel all those roots releasing. I can already smell the garlic. Dust it off. And there we go. It's a pretty good sized clove. So this guy did a great job for us. I will put him in the garage because we are supposed to get some rain here over the next week, but I'll put him in the garage so it can be nice and cool and not damp. Let it dry out until all of these leaves are all brown and the stem is all dried out, and then you can snip it about right here. You don't want to go too close to the clove because moisture can actually get into that garlic then when you're storing it. So give the neck a little bit of room, chop it, trim the roots, and you should be ready to go with it. The other sign you need to be looking for to tell if your garlic is ready to harvest is if about 50 to 70% of the leaves are all dead. So when I look at my bed here, we still have a lot of green growth. If you look at them individually, they still have a decent amount of green growth, but I can tell that it's slowing down a lot from even the past few weeks when I've been out here checking. I feel like this bed is probably all going to be ready to harvest within the next week or two, just based on the amount of green leaves that they have compared to the ones that are already dried up and dying on the bottom. Once I notice that those leaves are all about 50 to 75% dead, I'll stop watering this bed, I'll let it dry out for about a week, and then I'll pull the whole thing. If you want more tips to help your backyard garden thrive in the southern heat this year, then make sure that you like, subscribe, and hit the bell so you don't miss any videos.